Greetings and welcome to the 2020-2021 NYC Service AmeriCorps Recognition Ceremony. My name is Aaron Miner, Managing Director of Service Year Programs, and it is my honor to kick off today's event. Today is an exciting day, almost a year in the making, a year of service to our city that each of our nearly 150 members have done. On behalf of NYC Service, we welcome to all joining on the live stream on YouTube, supervisors, friends, family, champions, and most importantly, to our members. Thank you all for joining us on this slightly soggy morning. Today is a day to reflect and celebrate on the year that was, and what a year it has been. I've been thinking a lot about this class of members as we've been preparing today, and three words came to mind: courageous, tenacious, and prepared. Courageous because you stood up when New York City was the global epicenter of COVID-19 and applied to serve our city, not knowing what the next day, let alone the next year would look like. Many of you saw the need in our city, both things exposed by COVID and things long known, and said, I want to be part of that solution. And you have been. Your service has truly been part of the city's response and recovery from COVID-19. This year's members have also been tenacious because your position descriptions often changed throughout the year as realities on the ground changed. And yet through it all, you kept your eyes focused on the impact that you were making under foresight, on our city, and on yourself. And finally, prepared. You showed up in a global crisis and persevered. You showed up to trainings and networking events ready to learn and improve your skills so you are prepared for your next step. And we are excited to see where you take those skills, which, if I know anything about this class of members, and I think I know a few things, that those skills will be put to use to continue to build a better, beloved community for all of us. As we learned, members through our trainings this year, we need both qualitative and quantitative to make a strong narrative. So here is what you did by the numbers. This year, the 2020-2021 class served 187,981 hours and counting. And I was really excited about this number. Directly impacted 192,443 New York City residents. 192,443. Let that number sink in. Over the program's 7,500 low-income New Yorkers were made aware of critical benefits and services. Over 20,000 volunteers were recruited and managed, and $17,000 of materials were in-kinded to support programming. And of course, there are countless stories of engagement, learning, and growth that are not reflected in those numbers, but are just as important. Seriously, members, you did a lot of things. So during today's ceremony today, I want you to think back on these numbers, your service, and celebrate your accomplishments as we celebrate you today. Here to kick off that celebration is New York City's Chief Service Officer, Laura Rogg. Not only is Laura an AmeriCorps alum and former AmeriCorps supervisor, but Laura also spends each day learning and leading us as an office in the critical work we are doing to make service and volunteerism a crucial part of the civic engagement fabric of our city. Members, supervisors, and guests, please welcome New York City's Chief Service Officer, Laura Rogg.
Hi, everybody, and thank you so much, Aaron. I'm so excited to be here with all of you today. Though I'm new to the Chief Service Officer role, I've been with NYC Service now for 6 years, and I always love the celebration. It brings me back every year to really reflect on how AmeriCorps launched my own career. I was in AmeriCorps Vista back in 2002, so almost 20 years now. And on a personal level, it opened up an entire career path that I had no idea existed for me. The experience really pushed me to see what I was capable of and learn how to approach ambiguity as an opportunity and to create my own path. So serving on behalf of the New York State Education Department, I work to foster service learning programs across the state. I visited schools in all corners of the state, from some of the wealthiest districts we have to the most under-resourced. And the experience really allowed me to see the power service plays in all of our lives and recognize that everyone deserves a chance to serve their communities. I've thought about that in the last year and a half as we've really worked to bolster communities across the city from within, and thought about all of you during that time. You all have been through a lot this year, from the pandemic to reckonings around racial, social, and civic justice. You've not only had to get through the experience as a human being, but you had to step forward on a daily basis during one of the hardest years our city has seen to serve and keep others in our New York City communities going as well. So what we don't often talk about, and I think what you experience firsthand, is that service comes at a cost. It's a cost to all of you personally. It's a cost in how you make ends meet on a living allowance. It's a cost to how others see you, having to negotiate with people in your lives about your choice to serve for a year and justifying to your parents and your friends while you're using your college degree in a role that doesn't serve you financially. I did an awful lot of that during my AmeriCorps Vista year. It's also a cost to your time. You all were often working weekends and nights to ensure people were getting services and resources when they themselves were available. And it's also a cost to be someone who sees the needs and works to address them, because you all are people that now your work will never be done. You can't unsee the needs that exist. But as somebody who's been there, I can tell you that as I look back and continue to look back over, and as you continue to look back over the next several decades, this year has mattered. And all that you've done matters. Inevitably, you'll be doing something down the line, struggling to figure out how to move forward, and you'll think back to this. You'll think back to this experience and remember that you got through it. This year has given you proof that no matter how hard things may seem, you can see it through. And really take the time to feel that right now and for the rest of the day today, because the work that you did mattered. I see those of you who worked evening and weekends, making sure that you were available to communities on their own schedules. I see those of you who struggled to start or move a project forward, but you got it to move forward nonetheless. It may not have been particularly pretty at times, but you did it and you got there. And I see those of you who came in with open eyes, big hearts, and a sense of curiosity. You as people who didn't have all the answers, but you took part in professional development to grow as members and with each other. And it's important to recognize that at the end of all that, and today, at the end of this year, you did it. On behalf of NYC Service, thank you to each and every one of you. Whether you were a member or supervisor, you played such a huge part in supporting New York City in one of its hardest and most difficult periods. And I also want to be sure to say thank you to our NYC Service National Service team for all of you did to support the members and supervisors here today. So all of you on this video today stepped forward, and on behalf of our city, and on behalf of your city, we are forever grateful. Thanks, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited that we are at today. It's kind of a shock that it's already July 9th, but here we are. And during the ceremony, we thought it would be really important to hear from members what their experience was like. So in this first video, we're going to get to hear from Civic Corps and City Service Corps.
NYC Service administers 3 AmeriCorps programs where you can serve 10 to 12 months with community-based organizations or city agencies.
I didn't want to just settle for an opportunity, and I didn't want to just settle for a job. And I think that when I was mass applying to a lot of internships and fellowships and doing all the interviews that I could have possibly done when it was like April, I was finding myself a little bit more unhappy with a lot of the positions I was applying to.
Currently, I'm in school and I will graduate in December. Working with New York City Services helps me understand the communities on a larger scale. I know through this work with NYC Services, I will get to where I want to be.
In an NYC Service program, expect to make an impact on your community through meaningful projects and to grow as a civic leader.
The last 7 months have been really good, just because I've learned so many things. I never imagined I was going to be working for Food Bank for New York City and reinvent what volunteering would be. I'm doing meetings online all day, virtually events, which is something very challenging for me, but I'm doing it and it's very successful and I love it. And there's so many new ideas that I would love to share with my community.
There are people who are trying to build the future, and they're starting with the children.
So as you can see, we're out here and we're doing real work. The work that provides food for people in need.
These programs offer up to 300 hours of professional development and experiences that you'll keep for a lifetime.
The biggest benefit was having access to leaders in the community. Through their leadership, I've learned how to understand what's going on a macro level within New York City. And that changed my whole perspective.
You're kind of taking all the skills and frameworks that you've been learning and really applying them hands-on so they're not as abstract anymore. And I think doing that for the last 10.5 months has kind of aided me to be a better public health professional for my future experiences, wherever those may be.
We step up and we support by helping the vulnerable communities, such as the elderly. We step up by providing produce and donating it to people in need and the communities in need. We step up by getting information to the underprivileged and underserved communities. When a call goes out, we step up. This is what community looks like. This is what Civic Corps can actually do for people.
If you're a New Yorker who wants to help other New Yorkers, then this is your calling.
Become a member today.
All right, so inspirational to hear what Civic Corps and City Service Corps have been up to this year. But as the Vista leader, of course, we have to talk about Vista too. So to share their experience, we have Virginia Carefoot.
Hi, everyone. I'm Virginia, and I am wrapping up my service term as the Housing Policy Vista at the Department of Housing Preservation and Development. HPD's mission is to promote the quality and affordability of housing in New York City, and the team that I've been fortunate enough to work with over the past year, the Policy Development and Special Initiatives team, collaborates with people from across the agency to assess policy proposals, design policy solutions, and review the impacts of existing housing policies. Housing insecurity in New York City has been an issue since well before the pandemic, but it has definitely been magnified since the pandemic started, which has made working on housing policy research and analysis at HPD over the past year particularly interesting and impactful. One of my ongoing projects was to monitor rent payment trends during the pandemic to help the team understand what proportion of renters were falling behind on their rent payments because of the pandemic. There is no central database for rent payment information in the city, so I kept a tracker with data from surveys, from industry reports, from research studies, and a variety of news articles. Key findings from that research were ultimately shared with a Congresswoman's staff to help inform policy discussions at the federal level about the impact of COVID-19 on renters in New York City. I'm proud that my work was, hopefully in some small way, able to inform policies that help to keep renters healthy, safe, and housed. Overall, being a VISTA member at HPD has been such a rewarding and life-changing experience, and I'm really excited to join you all in a lifetime of civic engagement and public service as members of the AmeriCorps Alumni Network.
So amazing to hear those words from Virginia. I'm going to pass it off now to Shawnee to do the award.
Hello, everyone. You can't see me, but I am here. So for our first award, we're going to start with the supervisor awards. And just to give some context, in case you don't know, we have 3 different sets of awards this year. The supervisor award, the excellence in service award, and the member award. And all of these awards were nominated by supervisors or members, and that's how the winners were chosen. So to start us off, we have our City Service Corps supervisor, Lovely Palamon, who is one of our supervisors at the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs.
Lovely is a supportive supervisor. I like her leadership style. She recognizes our skills and assigns tasks accordingly to achieve our team goals. She promotes diversity, and it is essential for an inclusive work environment. And Lovely is a true leader. Thank you, Lovely, for all your support.
Lovely has always shown us as fellows that it's okay to prioritize your mental health in order to be able to do the work at your best, with your best self showing first. So Lovely has also been very supportive in me being able to connect with Haitian CBOs and make sure that their needs are presented in the work as well. So Lovely has just been an incredible support system to have during this year as a fellow. And thank you very much, Lovely, for all of that you have done for the team.
Lovely has been an incredible support system. Also, we really appreciate her guidance in our professional development. She has really shown us that she really cares about us as fellows, including us on our team, and really putting us first anytime we experience hard workloads.
I really want to say thank you, Lovely, because as a first-generation immigrant myself, I really appreciate your support and guidance, and thank you for choosing us and trusting us, and your leadership and value will continue to inspire us throughout our career. Thank you very much.
I just wanted to say thank you to Lovely. There were many times throughout the service year where I felt overwhelmed and felt like I wasn't confident in my abilities, but Lovely was always there as a support, always encouraging, always having an open door policy whenever we needed to talk to her. So I really did appreciate it. It kept me sane. And I just wanted to say thank you for everything. And I don't know anybody else more deserving of this.
Those are some great words. Congratulations, Lovely. Next up, we have our NYC Civic Corps Supervisor Award winner. This award goes to Michelle Bascombe, who is our supervisor at United Activities Unlimited.
I nominated my supervisor, Michelle Bascombe, for the NYC Service Supervisor Award because she has been an incredible and amazing support system for me. Thanks to Michelle's help, I've really grown into myself as a public speaker, and I've really become more comfortable in sharing my thoughts and ideas in public settings. Through team meetings or through any of the panels and service projects I helped coordinate. Thanks to Michelle's guidance and helping me find those speaking strategies that work for me, I really do feel more comfortable and confident as a public speaker. Michelle also did a wonderful job in making me feel really welcomed into the team at my home. And she was always a wonderful support system when it came to any bumps and challenges that we faced during my service project and my service term. So I just wanted to say I really appreciate everything you've done for me.
Awesome. Congratulations, Michelle. And our last supervisor award goes to our NYC Vista supervisor, Diana Kanjemi. She is the supervisor at the Department of Homeless Services.
When I first started my service term, I probably was like a lot of service members. I was excited, but I didn't really know where to begin. Luckily, I was placed with the most amazing supervisor, Diana, at DHS. When I saw that NYC Service was looking for a nomination for Supervisor of the Year, I knew I had to nominate her because she deserves it. Diana is not just a supervisor that oversees what I'm doing or gives me things to do. She is someone who checks in with me daily to make sure that I'm happy with my tasks, to see if I have any questions, and to see if I believe that I have too much work or too little work. She was actually interested in my career goals and would often create tasks for me to help with my resume. She actually wrote a recommendation letter for me to receive a grant to take my CDM exam to become a dietary manager, and I got the grant. When I needed time off during my service term for health reasons, she fought for that and made sure I had it. She was also interested in my personal life, often asking me how I was and how my weekend was, how my trips were. And when my sister gave birth to my niece, she actually checked in to see how the baby was doing and gave nutrition advice for my sister. Diana is not just an amazing supervisor, she is an amazing human being. I am so sad that I will no longer be working with her, but I hope that I can take these skills and characteristics that I learned from her. And if I'm ever a supervisor, I hope that I'm just as great as she is. Thank you so much, Diana.
Great, and congratulations, Diana, and to all of our supervisors throughout this entire year. One of the biggest parts of our members' experience is their relationship with their supervisors. So we are so grateful to have you all as a part of our program. So next we will move on to the Excellence in Service Awards. So these awards went to members who were nominated by their supervisors for showing an excellent service year. And we're going to start off with our City Service Corps member award winner, and that is Umaima Abbasi, who served at the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene.
Hi to everyone out there in NYC Service Land. My name is Amanda Fee, and I have had the absolute honor to serve as Umaima Abbasi's supervisor while she was the Community Engagement Coordinator for the New York Knows team at the New York City Health Department. I am so proud to have bore witness to Umaima's tremendous growth throughout these past 10 months. And while there are so many reasons why I nominated her for the NYC Service Excellence in Service Award, I was also told there was a very strict 90-second time limit, so I'll do my best to keep this brief. Umaima's passion for public health and relationship building stood out from the very first day she joined our team. Her commitment to centering community and creative approach to the work made a tremendous impact on how we were able to stay connected with our community partners throughout such a challenging year. From updating surveys, creating new team protocols, and reimagining community engagement at a time where we couldn't physically engage, Umaima's courageous spirit is unparalleled. She continues to surpass expectations and is generous and patient, a quality that is sometimes very necessary while working in local government, or actually maybe always necessary. Umaima has heard this many times, but we've been very sad about her leaving us from her very first day with us. Thank you so much, Umaima, for all that you've done and will continue to do in your very bright future. New York Knows and I will always have your back.
Awesome, congratulations, Umaima. Now the next award goes to our NYC Civic Corps member, Mary Concepcion, who served at Penn America.
Hi, I'm Kate Meissner, Director of Prison and Justice Writing at Penn America, and myself and our whole team are so incredibly proud that Mary has received an Excellence in Service Award for her City Corps work at our organization. I don't even know where to start. How much time do you have? We have 90 seconds, so you'll just get a little taste of what Mary contributed to our program over the last number of months. You have to imagine Mary walked into a 40-year program that leverages the support of 400 some odd volunteers, working writers, working with writers in prison through the walls. The reason the 40 years is important is because we inherited a program that needed a lot of change. Our programs were running off spreadsheets. There was no volunteer system, no evaluation system. And the way I describe it is kind of being on a hamster wheel of making sure services continue. But there were major, major gaps in our work. So through Mary's incredible insight, research, innovative planning, we have now managed to get ourselves onto a volunteer management platform. We've implemented a a digital service to support the hundreds of pieces of mail that we get from prison each week. We have started to cultivate our mentor community into a more vibrant space. And the only way I can describe it, our whole team describes it, is consultant level, what Mary's offered. And that's just a taste. 2 adjectives describe Mary to close us out. Deeply thoughtful. I'm going to leave it there. Deeply thoughtful. Congrats, Mary.
Congratulations, Mary. And our last Excellence in Service Award, last but certainly not least, goes to our NYC Vista member, Cynthia Rand, who served at the Mayor's Office for Economic Opportunity.
Hello, I'm Sarah Schoner, and I'm from the Mayor's Office for Economic Opportunity, and I am here today to talk about why I nominated Cynthia Rand for the Excellence in Service Award. And I could talk about how she brings a level of diligence and rigor to pretty much everything that she does in her work, because this is a woman who knows her way around a project tracker. Or I might talk about how she is always the first person to volunteer to pitch in when our team is swamped with a big project. Or I might even talk about how amid the chaos of civil service life, particularly over the past year and a half, Cynthia has maintained a laser-like focus on our mission to serve New Yorkers. But I'm going to imagine that she is already ready for me to stop talking about her and how great she is. And so I will just say that one thing that I am particularly grateful for is the level of joy that Cynthia has brought into our team and our office and our work, whether through surprise balloons at meetings or pre-event pep rallies for the team, or all of the confetti always. She reminds us to bring a light and a gratitude to our work and to this great city. So Cynthia, congratulations. This one's for you.
Imaginary confetti. Congratulations, Cynthia. No one else deserves it more than you.
Congratulations, Cynthia.
Congratulations, Cynthia. You 1000% deserve this. You are the absolute best. You're a superstar.
Congrats, Cynthia!
Woo! Congrats, Cynthia.
Yes, congratulations, Cynthia, and congratulations to all of our Excellence in Service Award winners. You know, you make great impacts at your host sites, each and every one of you, and it's especially shown here today through these wonderful videos, just how great of an impact you are actually making. So congratulations. Our next award is going to be our NYC Service Member Award. We do not have a video to share. Each one of our winners were nominated by so many people that we just couldn't make a video. However, I am going to share some words based on the nominations and what people shared about the winners. So our first winner is our City Service Corps member, Ariana Cooper. Ariana has impacted the program in several ways. She oversees the large group chat that our AmeriCorps cohort utilizes, and her passion for her work transcends the virtual barriers that separate us. In her time with the cross-program member committee, she has been timely, engaging, and always arrives with a smile on her face. Ariana demonstrated a strong commitment to fostering a culture of volunteerism, civic engagement, and service by organizing a series of creative, fun, and diverse service-related events for the broader NYC Service cohort. She consistently went above and beyond to actively support her fellow committee members, sharing ideas, taking meeting minutes, and helping to organize and lead a variety of other committee events. Overall, she demonstrated strong leadership qualities, a positive attitude, and an unwavering dependability. Congratulations, Ariana. Our next award goes to NYC Civic Corps member, Crystal Grant. Crystal has it all: a strong background, unwavering work ethic, and true passion for bettering the communities around her. Crystal can always be counted on to spread inspiration and positivity with her fellow AmeriCorps members. There have been multiple times during professional development workshops when Crystal has shared such profound wisdom that even the presenter is impressed. Between her work with Knock Knock, Give a Sock, and engaging in cohort discussions around homelessness in New York City, Crystal has also been a strong advocate for economically disadvantaged groups. It is hard to imagine how she is able to balance work, school and family all at once, but she does it well and does it with grace. I wish I could gift Crystal a vacation. Crystal, congratulations. I hope now you're able to take that vacation and a nice little break. And our last award goes to NYC Vista member, Ashley Denny. Ashley has been an enthusiastic member of the Vista Engagement Committee since the beginning of our service term. I was really impressed when Ashley took the initiative to plan a series of networking events for us to meet former AmeriCorps Vistas. It was incredibly successful. She facilitated the events in a way that created a conversational space that allowed both current and alumni members to be candid and honest. Additionally, Ashley organized our cohort's collective response to questions and concerns that came up in our group chat. She has demonstrated strong leadership skills and is overall a very hardworking and collaborative Vista member that radiates positivity. Ashley was also very active within the city and her host site by volunteering her time outside her work hours. Ashley's involvement with the program improved the lives of city youth. Congratulations, Ashley, and congratulations to all of our award winners today. We appreciate your service and everything you do for our programs. And now I am going to kick it back over to Brooke.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am back. So we wanted to take the time to acknowledge everyone, and there's a lot of you. So in order to do this quickly, we're gonna just take a moment to appreciate everyone's names on the screen. Every single name you're about to see come across your screen is someone that has worked endlessly. They've made it to today. They deserve congratulations. So congrats, class of 2021.
Everybody else doing, just cause everybody doing what they all do. If one thing I know, I fall but I grow. I'm walking down this road of mine, this road that I go home. So am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Now am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel.
All right. I wish you could all feel just how excited we are in the office right now and so happy we are about what's going on. But since we can't be there in person with you, we thought we would say goodbye as a group through video.
Congratulations, NYC Service Class of 2021. It has been incredible working with you this year, and the NYC Service team wishes you all the best in your future endeavors. We hope this is not a permanent goodbye, but instead a see you soon.
All right. Thank you to the National Service Program team for that brief but meaningful farewell. Before we conclude today, I have a few thank yous. The first is to the National Service Program team at NYC Service, coordinators, and managers. Though today it was the first time that we're actually all in the same room, in the same office together. All of you have shown up all year to support our members, to build a strong team of support around them. So thank you to the National Service Program team. To all of our supervisors who mentored, coached, managed, supported, pushed for growth, and showed up for our members, thank you. As Laura said earlier, you are a critical part of our program, and we appreciate all that you have done this year. To our champions, sponsors, partners, and friends, thank you for supporting NYC Service and supporting NYC Service's AmeriCorps programs throughout the years. To our members, families, and friends, thank you for supporting your member, even when you weren't sure that this program that's on a stipend for how long and doing what exactly, and what is capacity building, even when that didn't make sense to you, you supported your member anyway. And so thank you for that. And if this has inspired any of you to serve or volunteer, all the better. And to our members, thank you for serving this year. Just watching those videos, I got teared up just thinking about all of the accomplishments that you've had throughout this service term, despite a very challenging environment. Your service allowed more New Yorkers to benefit from critical and needed services, especially during COVID-19. And together, we are building a more equitable city, which is hard work and takes time, but know that you have made your mark to make our city fairer, more just, and inclusive for all of our residents. You've almost completed your service term, and for our state and national members, you're literally just hours away. But in many ways, the work is now just beginning. And I know that for each of you, this work is critical to who you are. My hope is that you will take this year that has given you a platform to explore what is next, develop skills, and that you'll take that and be able to move things forward, to commit to being a lifelong learner, and to bring all opportunities, the spirit that you brought to your host site and to our Zoom trainings, and to continue to better yourself and deepen and broaden your skills. I also know that you will continue to be engaged in our communities. In this time of deep divides and even greater need in our country, we need compassionate people who care about all members of our beloved community even more. So first, register to vote if you haven't. And now that you're not an AmeriCorps member, register others to vote. Just please don't wear that AmeriCorps t-shirt while you're doing so. Knock on doors, volunteer in your community, join a community board or the board of a nonprofit whose mission you deeply believe in, or find new ways to help in the community, or run for office yourself. But whatever you do, we need people like each of you to drive the dial out of our city, state, and country. And so before we go, if we think back to our kickoff, if we think back to September, I told a story that I really love called Stone Soup, about everyone in the community bringing things together to make a beautiful feast for the community. And I want to tell you another story as you end your service year as well. So this time, let's take a transport back to medieval times. And a traveler is coming down a road and sees somebody who's just busting rocks. And they stop the person, they stop and ask the person, "Excuse me, can you tell me what you're doing?" And the person says, "Well, I'm busting rocks." Okay, thought the traveler, and just kept walking. And the traveler comes up to somebody else who's doing the same thing, busting rocks. And the traveler said to that person, "Excuse me, can you tell me what you're doing?" And the person looks at the traveler and says, "Well, can't you see? I'm building a wall." Interesting, thought the traveler, and kept moving down the road. And they came up to a third person doing the exact same thing and said, "Excuse me, can you tell me what you're doing?" And that person stopped, kind of a twinkle in their eye, and said, "Can't you see? I'm building a cathedral." And oftentimes in those days, building those cathedrals took generations. And so a person never would be able to see the full promise of what they were working on. But each stone, each rock that was shaped mattered to that cathedral. And so for each of you, some of you have felt the impact of your service each and every day. And for some of you, you may not have seen or felt that impact just yet. But I'm here to tell you with great confidence that that impact is there and that you are part of the fabric of our city, an important part that you've helped to build this year. So thank you so much again for all of your service, for showing up, for being present, for having some laughs along the way. And we are so proud of each of you. Congratulations to the 2020-2021 NYC Service AmeriCorps class. Let's keep in touch and celebrate and enjoy. Thank you all.